Big news tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no ratings. And that's really been the truth for a long time. MSNBC's under new management, and I guess they decided to come to grips with reality. The truth is, this is very sad news for us, as she's provided so much material over the years. I feel the way I felt when Brian Stelter got fired, but he came back, and you never know. I'm sure Joy Reid will wind up doing something where we will continue to get to respond to her absolutely insane POV.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself. Okay?
This time, after Megyn Kelly attacked Don Lemon, the lefties went completely insane. In a recent podcast, she called Joy Reid the most racist person on the internet. This has, of course, infuriated Don Lemon and his enlightened followers. Let's start with Don Lemon, though he's not the only one. We still have a lot to learn.
To talk about her because she's one of those people, she thrives on it. She has built the second part of her career on being a troll. So this is what Megyn Kelly said about Joy Reid, right? And remember, Joy Reid is a woman, Megyn Kelly is a woman. She's supposed to be all about women and, supports women. Okay, so this is what she said. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on NBC for letting it go on this long. And she has she is an axe to grind when it comes to MSNBC. And also, this whole, she's racist, right? It's just, I'm going to give you the evidence.
The wokies made the point last week that the right-wing media just talk too much without providing any evidence. Take a look at who is currently doing it. I guess we're losing the story. Moreover, their charges of racism against Megyn Kelly are merely absurd. Where's the one piece of evidence supporting that after all? Either way, let's go on.
No, Megyn Kelly, the worst person on television, was fired from NBC in the Today Show a few years ago, and that's Megyn Kelly. That's the worst person who's not on television anymore, is you. That's the worst person who's not on television. So hurrah for that. NBC did something good with that. You know why? I like to give proof of things, evidence. Like when I said Donald Trump, the president of the United States, was racist, it wasn't my opinion. This isn't my opinion about Megyn Kelly. The evidence is there. I'm going to show you the evidence of Megyn Kelly, and that's just as I showed you the evidence of Donald Trump.
Let me show you why woke people never go away, even though this guy is going completely nuts. She quickly defended Elon Musk by accusing him of racism and spreading the same old, outdated narrative during Don Lemon's recent conversation with him.
Well, happy Juneteenth to everybody, except these people. No happy Juneteenth to y'all. Because Elon Musk has, liked posts dehumanizing black people as subhuman. He's questioned whether black people belong at elite institutions, essentially said racism no longer exists, but then repeats racist tropes about black folks, including to Don Lemon's face, has essentially endorsed the ideas that would have underpinned apartheid in his home country of South Africa. And this is the partnership that y'all felt was appropriate to try to bring this thing back from its death after the pandemic. This is it. You couldn't do this with like YouTube or Spill, just with him? Okay, well, so happy Juneteenth to everybody else. Y'all enjoy the day.
And he is allegedly helping her in this way after everything she has done for him. But look at how Rob Smith completely ruined Don Lemon by exposing him to the bone.
Let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go fuck yourself. Okay? I usually don't like to talk about her because she's one of those people, she thrives on it. She has built the second part of her career on being a troll?
Number one, Don Lemon is one of the nastiest, smarmiest, most stuck-up little queens of media, and everybody that has experienced him knows that. And I'm going to tell you exactly why he doesn't like Megyn Kelly. Megyn and Don used to be actual friends until Megyn's Trump support just became too much for good old little black gay liberal Don Lemon. And then when Don Lemon groped that bartender in the Hamptons, Megyn Kelly was the only one in the media that actually wanted to investigate what was going on. I actually came on her show and talked about that when that happened a couple of years back. So the nasty, smarmy, sleazy, angry little queen, Don Lemon, it does not surprise me that he is attacking Megyn Kelly. It doesn't surprise me that he's attacking a woman. It doesn't surprise me that he's attacking a Republican or conservative, because he has chosen to be the good little black gay liberal for the New York City media circles. And in order for that to happen, he would actually have to give up what was probably at some point a true friendship that he had with Megyn Kelly. When you are in New York City, you know how much pressure that New York City media libs have to not be conservatives, to not be friends with Republicans, to toe that line. So that's what that's all about with Don Lemon.
You all need to listen to Greg Gutfeld's audio. When he stood in front of the camera, we were all aware of it. You don't want to pass up this chance.
Good evening, everyone. So over the weekend, MSNBC canceled Joy Reid's TV show. And according to the network, all of her wigs were quickly released back into the wild. There they go. When asked about her future plans, Ms. Reid claims she plans on spending more time with her family, accusing her relatives of racism. It's a sad moment for the show. Joy Reid is out. Of course, we're heartbroken, for she provided this show with more material than a seamstress at The View. On slow news days, Joy was always there to help with a racist rant. Oh, I loved her. Remember these golden oldies?
We do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men. What they're saying is we own this country and everyone will bow down to us.
In America, there's a thing about both white vigilantism and white tears, particularly male white tears.
Now, I don't like to use hyperbole, but Joy's firing is the biggest blow to racists since the Confederacy lost. Because not only did cable news lose a bigot, but the bigot herself might finally get the round-the-clock care that she really needs. But you got to wonder how she was able to last this long. The irony, of course, is in her name, for did Joy bring any joy to anyone's life? No. I didn't know this was a call and response show. But think about it. I'm willing to bet no one ever said, you know, I was going through a tough period in my life, and listening to Joy Reid really got me through it.
Yes, no one will ever dare to say that because all she ever did was promote shocking narratives. She didn't expect this, I guess. But, really? How did she miss the chance to speak up when her friend was fired from CNN?
If anything, it was their tough periods in life that got them through Joy Reid. But that's the problem with MSNBC and legacy media. Their income was based on making life worse. Instead of focusing on real stuff, they created hoaxes, ones that sowed division and hopelessness. Now, Joy's firing came on the heels of MSNBC's parent company, NBC Universal, settling a $30 million defamation lawsuit with a Georgia gynecologist. I know, Georgia. In 2020, the network reported that the doctor working at an ICE detention center was performing unwanted hysterectomies on immigrant women. The network called the doctor the uterus collector. I know, that was my nickname in college. Here's how they reported it.
Just to underscore that, the allegation here is that this is a federal facility, and they have been sending immigrant women in their care, in their custody, to a doctor who has removed their reproductive organs for no medical reason and without them consenting to it.
Nurse says that detained women told her they didn't fully understand why they were undergoing hysterectomies.
You talk about in the complaint a hearing from women who are detained there, talking about a specific doctor performing hysterectomies, referring to him as a uterus collector.
Oh, yeah. Chris Hayes was one of those who peddled this story about the uterus collector, but his only proof was that his was missing.
I feel bad for people who still don't grasp that they're just selling garbage like this, since they will never own up to their mistakes. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Rachel Maddow be the next one to go? And don't forget to like and subscribe.